Hello YouTube, this is Jacob with Good to Go Gear. I'm here to do a 5-pound kit challenge. I've had this kit together for a while before I knew about the challenge, but I hadn't weighed it. I didn't know how much it weighed or anything like that beforehand. So as you can see, my scale is zeroed out. So I'm going to add my kit. And then the knife, it won't fit on the scale where I had it. So I can't see it. Oh crap. I'm going to leave that in because it shit happens. Alright. So as you can see, it weighs 4 pounds, 15.6 ounces. So I'm going to go ahead and remove the scale out of the picture and we'll go through the kit. And some stuff in here y'all might think is unnecessary or repetitive, but you know, it is what it is. I like it. I want it in here. So the way this is supposed to go is this is a Condor, one of those first aid kits where it rips away, you know, like that. And this is a Condor drop leg pouch. And I got this idea from, I think Gideon's Tactical. He had one of those, I don't remember the brand, but it was like an Israeli made pack. That was a drop leg pack. And they wanted like 80 bucks for it. And this pack right here I got at my local knife store in Midland, Texas. For I want to say like $12 or $15. It wasn't very expensive. So I went ahead and picked that up. And then this flap just helps keep the pack from coming unzipped. And then down here, it helps keep it attached to the Velcro. Helps keep it attached to the Velcro. So I don't know if y'all saw that, I'm having it zoomed out. But like I said, this just keeps the pack, keeps the zippers closed. And these help keep it attached to the Velcro on the Condor drop leg. And then I just use some string with a real simple, you know, just overhand knot to tie the water bottle on. And this is a Clean Canteen. I believe it's a 20-ounce Clean Canteen I picked up at Cabela's when we went home to Idaho. So yeah, and then you just untie it. And I kind of just did another simple overhand knot to the lid. That way you can tie it off and on, and it fits right here. And where I would keep, this is just the Mora Bushcraft Black that I have. I guess I could do, I like this knife. I used it, I used to carry it a lot. I used it when I was at my friend's deer camp, you know, cutting some branches and some bushes and stuff like that out of the way. This is empty because I always have it with me. And I always have at least a 20 to 32 pack of water in the truck that I can fill this up with. And you know, I like it. It's stainless steel. There's no give in the walls. Has a wide mouth. It's not the 32 ounce, but for me, I mean, it works just fine. I like it. So that's the Clean Canteen. Then you have a kind of a rat tail tang with the Mora Bushcraft Black. But I mean, everybody knows this knife's been proven. I mean, they work fairly well. I haven't batoned with it. Like I said, you'll probably never see me baton with my knives. I don't see the point in it. You know, knives are for carving, cutting, another task. If you want to baton or chop or do something, just use a damn hatchet or, you know, that Farson survival tool. It's pretty good at it. You know, it has a clip where, I think it's just a belt loop where you can slide your belt through it. I use the clip, so I can just clip it on my belt. And where I would use this is the 2 leg straps. I wrapped them up here so the weight would be included when I weighed it. I just clip it to one of the leg straps because I haven't shaved this clip down to help it fit through the molly. But truthfully, when I put that water bottle here, it doesn't fit with the molly anyway. or there's nowhere to clip it to the MOLLE. So I just clip it to one of the leg straps. And there's 2 leg straps you can clip it to. I just clip it to the top one. You know, that way it's right there by my gear. Comes in fairly handy. I like it. And then let's go through the kit. I think for this review I might just go ahead and take it off of the leg strap. So there's no external pockets. I like how this Velcro does help keep the zippers, you know, from getting hung up on anything. You know, I kind of tuck it under like that. And it's just a quick pull away tab. There's 2 zippers. And then this folds out. And there's a trifold. I think this is actually a Condor first aid kit. But I bought it probably 6 months ago. I was intending to make it a first aid kit. And I'd actually bought some other camo kits from Academy that I liked better, and it was very similar, except the kits stuff went this way, like I guess technically horizontal. It did have another 3rd flip out, but I ended up using that for my first aid kit. So I thought about making this more of a survival kit, so that's what I did. And so I'll go through some of the stuff. First off, in this zippered pocket, it's just a big zipper pocket. This looks crazy, but it's some duct tape around some cardboard. What it's doing is it's holding my lighter in. You can kind of see the lighter right here, right there. The reason I did that is the cardboard is only around the top, but I did that because I had a lighter in my pocket that I guess it got hung up on my keys, brand new lighter, and I went to use it, and I guess the button had been pressed and all the fuel had leaked out. So now when I carry a lighter, I try to carry it in some kind of protective thing over the top, because I know that doesn't happen often. It's only happened to me that one time. I've carried Bics even though I don't smoke for years, because they're the best, most efficient way to start a fire, in my opinion. I do carry a ferrocerium rod. This is just a Cochran's, or I don't know how you say that, but just a cheap one. I think it's like $7 at a sporting goods store. So I do carry that as well as the striker that comes with it, because I mean, is it the best? No, but does it do the job? Yeah. So I carry that in that pocket. And here, in some duct tape, are 2 AAA batteries. You have to take my word on it because I'm not going to untape it for that. Then I have a UST, UST jet scream whistle. These things are pretty loud. And it's bright yellow, so if I drop it, you know, I can find it again. And then just some chapstick, and this is just regular chapstick, but you know, you can use that for fire accelerant. This is a brand new tube, but you know, chapstick comes in handy. So that's what I carry in this zipper pocket. Just, you know, just some loose stuff that I couldn't really find a spot to put anywhere. So I just carry that in there. And in the middle compartment, as y'all saw, I carry a Shema. It's a white one. It's a 3x3 cotton. I think it said it was made in Pakistan or some crap, but I bought it again at that local knife store. And as well as my water, you know, I drink out of this and I can boil out of it. But I carry a, how many ounces does it say? Oh, it's a half a liter, 17 ounce platypus kind of water bladder. And that way, I can dip this in the stream since I can't boil in it, and carry my water with me in this. And again, I do have some paracord I could wrap around it, just tie it to it and drag it, you know, on the outside of the bag. So I do have that to carry some more water. And along with the water, this is just I think this is like $12, you know, little Frontier, you know, I guess, water purification straw. You know, that way if I don't have time to stop and boil water or whatever, I can just dip it in the water source that I'm at and drink. So I think they're handy. I've never used this one, but it seemed like something that might be easy to have, because where I'm at now, there's actually plenty of water. Where I was at before, there wasn't. But there were like cattle troughs and stuff that, you know, may not be clean, but you know, you could drink out of it. This is what the battery's for. This is a Princeton Tech Byte. It's a little LED headlamp. I like headlamps, you know, they keep your hands free, and I just keep it tucked in here. And then of course I have probably about 10 or 15 foot of paracord. Always comes in handy. And then this is actually about 20 foot of paracord. It's two different pieces though, but it's just a survival bracelet that I made. There's nothing in the middle of it, but there's about 20 foot of paracord there. So I should be set on some cordage. And then in here, gotta get this out. It's just a Gerber. This is a knife I bought back in high school. Used to carry every day in my pocket. Like I said, I don't really use my knives for anything, you know, hard juice, because I mean that's not what a pocket knife's made for. It's not made for chopping down trees or, you know, stupid shit like that. Like everybody, you know, seems in the prepper community seems to think they need to do. I'm not one of them that thinks that. So again, I don't use my knives like that. But it's been a pretty good pocket knife, and I had it, so why not use it? And then in this pocket, there's a back pocket underneath this pocket. This is an SOL survival blanket. Let's see, it says it's windproof and waterproof, so I mean I could use it as a shelter, and it has some ways on the back, you know, that you could use it like as a ground tarp, a tent, you know, for first aid or to cover your gear, stuff like that. I don't remember how much this was. It's $6 or $7, but I like it. I've used one before. They come in handy. And then again, for fire, I carry a live fire because this, you know, with that lighter or with my ferro rod, you know, I can light it, you know, slide the lid back, get a fire going, close it, and I can use this for, you know, to light several fires. You know, if it's wet, you know, just sit it under there, let it burn until it gets everything lit. I like these. I've only used one. I try to use all my gear at least once, you know, sample it a little bit and use it and make sure I like it and that it works. Over here for my knives, this is, I don't remember the brand. DMT, some kind of diamond knife sharpener I picked up at Lowe's, but it's really light, and you know, it fits in here. It's kind of like a butterfly knife. I mean, it doesn't open very easily, as y'all can see, but this one actually just got, I liked it better than the one that I had. I have not used this one yet, but it, you know, I don't know, I want to try it out, so I put it in here just for this because it's lighter than what I had. So then over here, this is something not the same one I had, but my grandma gave me one of these when I was a kid. It's kind of cool. It folds out and makes, you know, like a set of binoculars, and you can even adjust it. Oh, y'all can't see that, sorry. But it folds up like this when it's together. So it's pretty compact. And then you open it, and then on the bottom you have another two that open like that, and then you can adjust it, you know, so that it slides in or out and like use as a focus. And my grandma gave me something like this when I was a kid, and what it does is the back, you know, comes back and forth to focus like a set of binoculars. And then on this side you have a compass, and on this side a mirror, so you have a source of navigation. You know, these will flip all the way up. You know, you have 4 magnifying glasses to create fire with, so if you do happen to break one, you still have a source of making fire when your ferro rod or your lighter, or if you lose them, and you still have this, you still have a way to make fire. And they're not the best binoculars, but I used to use them when I was a kid. I used to look at birds and stuff. I used to be out in the woods and play, and you know, I didn't have a pair of binoculars, and she gave me this, and I loved it. It had a compass and you know, a pair of binoculars and a mirror. I didn't really use a mirror, but I did use the magnifying glass for starting fires and stupid stuff, you know, when you're a kid. And then in this Altoids tin kit, I have more fire. Like I said, I'm heavy on fire because fire is something that's difficult to make. So I have 4 different wet fires, or 4 wet fires in an Altoids tin. And with the Altoids tin, with that Shema that I have, you know, I could you know, make some char cloth. So there's that. And in this back pocket behind the binoculars, this is a Right in the Rain pen. The only thing I don't have in here yet, but as y'all saw, I still have some extra weight. The only thing I don't have in here yet is a Right in the Rain notebook. But I do have some extra room, you know, to add some more stuff, you know, to put in here. So I may be able to add write in the rain notebook, just one of those thin little notebooks. I'm not really sure why I need that, but you know, a pen, you know, I can write on my hands, you know, something, or write on the Shema, you know, whatever. You know, I don't really know why everybody carries a write in the rain notebook. I mean, it's not like you're going to leave a note, and if you do, if there's bad weather and wind, it's not going to be there when people find it. And if you're leaving it so you can write yourself a journal, I don't see the point in that. I mean, I'm not a big journal writer myself, but that's just me. And this is a 5x7, you know, El Cheapo. Just, I think I paid $10. It's just a Walmart tarp. I have one in my bug out bag that's open, and I've tried it out. You know, I mean, I just used it as kind of like a sunshade. I mean, I didn't like, let's go camping with it. You know, but that's for a different video to explain how I feel on that. But it's a 5x7 blue. It's got blue backpacking tarp, I think is what they call it. It's got grommets. I think it's just 4. I can't remember. It's been probably a year or 2 since I used that tarp. But I think it's just got 4 grommets on it in the corner, you know, 2 in each corner. And it might be 6. It might have 1 in the middle. I can't remember. It's been a long time. So I threw this in there because what I try to do, you know, I like this more bushcraft black. I mean, it's clipped on the back, but I like that knife. I mean, it's almost like having a fixed blade. I mean, a full tang knife. I mean, you can baton with them if you need to, and stuff like that. But then you got a pocket knife you can throw in your pocket because, you know, maybe you leave this at your camp, but you still, you know, need a knife or something. You know, I have an extra folding knife, and then you have the full, you know, the full tang, or you know, rat tail 3/4 tang knife. So I like this kit. I find it very effective. I haven't had a chance to get out in the woods and mess with it yet, but like I said, I do live where we have woods now to go sample it, and it is something that I take. My wife and I have gone on hikes so far, and I guess I could have tried it then, but you know, we're going to state park. There's lots of people around. I mean, it's summertime right now, so, or I guess it's not. School just started last week, I think. So I mean, there may not be as many people around, but you know, I don't know this area very well. But, you know, it's just some stuff that I think, and if you think about it, you know, the 5 C's I've got, you know, stainless steel canteen, you know, for container. I've got cover. Let me just go ahead and get this more knife. I've got, you know, I've got a cutting tool. I've got cordage. And then let me grab this. And then I've got combustion. So, you know, container, cover, cutting tool, cordage, you know, we can throw this in there too, and combustion. So I've got all the 5 C's, and then some extra things that I feel like may help me. Let's see, 1, 2, 4, 5, yeah. And then, you know, to help out even more, you know, I've got, you know, cotton, which is I think maybe part of the 10 C's. I don't remember all of them. You know, and I got a kindling device, you know, because, you know, at night, just going on fire, if I have to wander off, try to find some more firewood, you know, it'd be handy to have this instead of trying to make a torch. You know, like I said, I'll go ahead and say it. I think the pioneers and, you know, the people that did have to do bushcraft, I think if they had the resources that we have today, such as vehicles and, you know, stainless steel canteens and lighters and stuff, I don't think they would have been using flint and steels and, you know, hitting a damn rock off the back of their carbon steel knife. And I think they would have used a lighter, and they, you know, they may carry a ferrocerium rod as a backup, but I think if they had everything that we have today, you know, they would use it. They would utilize it. I don't see why they wouldn't utilize it. It doesn't make sense to me. And I mean, I get it. People like to do the bushcraft and live off the land and act like our ancestors. Like, that's all good, great, grand, fine. I don't, you know, that's your prerogative. But I don't think, in all truthfulness, if our ancestors had the resources we have today, that they'd be out there sleeping under a damn canvas, you know, tarp instead of inside of a tent or a camper or whatever. But that's another topic for another day. But anyway, this is Jacob, Good to Go Gear. I hope y'all like my my 5-pound kit. I couldn't believe all this was under 5 pounds. So, you know, I was pretty impressed. Because like I said, when I made it, I made the kit itself. Actually, we still lived in Midland, and that's been, we moved out of our Midland house June 4th, and I probably made it back in March or April when I found this again in my man cave. Had a, you know, have all this equipment, all this gear, and it's just, you know, kind of cluttered. And I was trying to organize, and my wife helped me get everything organized. And she's like, well, why don't you put some of it in this and make like a kit? And so we went and bought the drop leg holster or drop leg thing, because I watched that video with I think it was Gideon's Tactical. He had some kind of, it was made in Israel, It's a real cool thing. Man, it was like 80 bucks at the cheap end or something, and I was like, you know what, I can probably do this for cheaper. I'm not a huge fan of Condor over Maxpedition or something, but you know, it does have YKK zippers. The inside, it doesn't feel as good as like my the nylon didn't feel as sturdy as the pocket kit that I carry, but that did actually rub a hole in it. But some of the stuff I have was kind of not sharp, but it's like my ferro rod. You know, I had it in the back, and it kind of rubbed a small hole in it. That's why I don't know if y'all noticed, but there's some duct tape there. It was to keep it from getting any bigger. And it actually wasn't duct tape; it's Gorilla Tape. So you know, anyway, I mean, I like it. The nylon feels good. The Velcro is pretty sturdy. I mean, they're not bad bags. I just prefer Maxpedition over Condor. It's a personal preference. You might prefer Condor over Maxpedition, so you know, that's up to you. So anyway, this has been Jacob with Good to Go Gear, and I'll talk to you later. Thanks, and have a nice evening, and you know, get out there and try to make your own kit. I would say with this bag and this drop leg, and you don't even have to have the drop leg because this bag does. I think it's just determined to fall. I think it. I want to. Oh, if you have the back, this back that I attached to that comes with it. It does have a spot for you to hook, you know, like a shoulder strap. So I mean, if you don't want to go drop leg, you know, you can hook up a shoulder strap and carry it, you know, kind of like a satchel or however you want to carry it. I mean, it's up to you. Whatever works best for you. This way I like works best for me. I don't notice the weight as much on my leg. But anyway, I'm getting off topic. So this has been Jacob, Good to Go Gear, and I think if you got this bag and made your own kit, you'd be good to go. So I'll talk to y'all later. Thanks.